welcome back to my channel. It is AK_educator_curlz here, also known as Nia. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Nia. If you're not new here, welcome back. We're so glad to have you. Today I am diving into a wash and go, which I'm super excited for. If you've watched my previous videos, you know I recently cut my hair in like the last month and a half. That has actually yielded some like challenges that we're gonna talk a little bit about, and how cutting my hair actually has changed a little bit of the products that I use. We're gonna talk about that in another video, so make sure you check that video out. I did an updates video that is actually releasing or already released, but I'm going to talk about like a kind of a part 2 to my updates. It's just talking about how product is actually taking to my hair now that I have cut it, and kind of my philosophy on why. And so we'll get into that in a separate video, so make sure you check that one out. This one is going to be my wash and go routine on camera, so you guys can see what I am doing in my hair. All right, so I have already shampooed. Actually, let me tell you guys what I recently did. I'm also going to post a video about how I'm detoxifying my scalp. I am finding that with the heat in the air and some of the things, sometimes I really need to detoxify my scalp. And so I do what's called an ACV rinse. In this was 2 parts ACV and 2 parts water. And ACV is apple cider vinegar if you're not familiar. I actually started my wash routine today with that and really just sectioning my hair and applying it on my scalp and rubbing it in. Apple cider vinegar is really, really, really good to be able to lift build up to help you, Lord, can't say words today, be able to better clean and clarify your scalp. And so I started with that in my routine today. I then did shampoo. So I hopped into the shower and actually used, what I used today, my Shea Moisture Curl and Shine shampoo. I used the last of that one. I mainly use that shampoo when I'm traveling. And so I used up the 1 bottle that I had left to be able to be done with it. Typically, I use my Miche cleansed, or I use the Sweet Ginger cleansing rinse from Camille Rose. And so that was my shampoo layer. I then went in with some conditioner just to be able to detangle my hair a little bit better first, and deep conditioner. And so I deep conditioned today with the Camille Rose Algae Renew, which is one of my favorites, and then I sat under the steamer. So I put the deep conditioner in my hair, sat with that for about 45 minutes in my hair, then went under the steamer for about 15 minutes to be able to really get it to soak in. And so that's it. And then I got in the shower, rinsed it out with cool water, and I went in to my hair while I was in the shower, and I've started doing this where I apply my first layer of my wash and go while in the shower, and on soaking wet hair. And I used the Lavish leave-in conditioner, and did that as my first layer. Okay, and so this is by Miche. I have maybe like this much left in this bottle, which is why I'm turning it upside down so that it comes all the way to the bottom. But that was my first layer. And so that's what's in my hair right now. My hair is soaked. It is very, 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 very wet. I'm going to keep my spray bottle near me because the other thing that I'm finding with my hair being shorter is my hair really does prefer my hair to be sopping wet. And so that's going to be super, super important for my routine. All right. So I'm going to start in my back sections. That's the other thing. I have been moving from back to front in my sections. So today I am actually just going to use the SET Mousse. I am not going to use anything else. I was going to try to use a gel, and I might use a gel just on my middle part. Use my Camille Rose gel just on my middle part to be able to lay it down. But I'm not going to use it on the lengths of my hair today. I am just going to use the mousse. I am testing a little bit more of the usability of this mousse because I really, really like it. This one and the Dew Mousse are like top notch for me, but I'm trying to figure out if like they are going to work for me through this summer months. And so that's what we're going to try out today. All right. So my technique though is pretty much the same. So you're going to see me section these even more and apply the mousse, the foam, in sections. Okay. So this is what the foam looks like if you're not super familiar. I'm going to start in my first layer. okay? And I'm gonna do about 3 pumps and start applying it through the sections. And I think the biggest thing for me is to finger comb and rake it through my hair. I do not shingle my hair. My hair spirals just fine. That is not my issue. I really just finger comb the product in to make sure that it gets all over the strands. And that is, majority of the purpose for me. All right, that's the first section. I'm going to my next section. I'm going to use a little bit more hair for this section. The Lavish is already in my hair and really moisturizing, so that's doing me really, really well as my first layer. Which is a really good sign. And then the set is just becoming my second layer and styler. So far, y'all, I really like this. Being able to rake it in and getting the definition that I'm getting, to be honest, is really, really good. All right, taking more of it. I will say that using this mousse gets really messy. So make sure you have a towel down or something, because it definitely gets messy, as you can see. Okay, that's what it looks like so far. Pretty nicely laid down. I'll do my very last back section. Make sure I really lay my root stone flat. All right. And that is that. All right, now we can do our side sections. I'm gonna keep this middle part because it is my preference, especially as my hair grows back out. A middle part is actually my preference when my hair is longer, but when I cut my hair, it made my middle part a little wonky. So I wasn't loving my middle part at first, but my hair's actually grown a good bit since I cut it even, and so the middle part is working for me again, and so that's what I'm going to do in my front sections, okay? So my back section is completely done. Really nicely saturated, really well defined. Looks really good, okay? And now I'm gonna do one of my side sections. I actually think I'm gonna start on this side. And if I need to apply more water, I will. But I don't think I will need to. My hair is holding the water pretty well. Then going into the next section. last and final section, which I'm going to break apart just a bit. Okay. All right. One section of my hair, very, very defined, y'all. Like this corner section, very defined. Like, kind of scary how defined it is, but it looks really, really good. Okay, I'm gonna do this other side now. Do the same thing, take down a little section. And apply the gel to foam mousse first. There. You see how it's just dripping from my hair? It's a really good sign in application. I wish I would have showed you guys that with just the leave-in, that section. It was so coiled. Looked really, really good. So this is why, you know, you hear people say like how you wash, your wash day, is your foundation. I will definitely say that today was one of my most thorough wash days, and I think that is always helpful in your process. Is like, just make sure that you're being really thorough in your process, and it should turn out pretty well, to be very honest with you, no matter what you're really using. As long as, you know, ingredients are decent, don't, you know, go put junk in your hair, but should generally turn out well. Okay, last section with the mousse. And so I finger comb it, get it really smoothed, and then I'm done, y'all. That's it. That's the routine. Leave-In and Mousse. All right. And so I'll show you what this looks like all the way around in my hair. And that's it. That's the wash and go. I have been playing with more of just like leave-in gel, leave-in mousse, or gel and mousse, just because it's summer and in Houston it's so hot. And like my hair doesn't take well to thicker products in the summer months because of the heat, I think. And so, you know, if you've ever lived in Houston, it is warm like this most of the year. And so I think it is actually causing one of the things that I was concerned about in my hair updates video, but I'm gonna save that for that. So go check that one out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed watching me apply. This is actually a really quick wash and go. And part of that is because of my hair texture. If you have a kinkier texture, you're probably gonna need to make smaller sections. And if your hair is denser than mine is actually like medium density and fineness. And so you might wanna really think about like your sections a little bit differently than what you just saw me do. But this is my routine. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share with friends, and I will see you next time. Have a blessed day. Bye, guys.